Mr. Speaker, at this time, I'm pleased to yield 2 minutes to the Majority Whip, the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Scalise.
The gentleman from Louisiana is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank my colleague from Virginia for yielding, and I'd like to rise in strong support of this important legislation by the gentlelady from Michigan, Ms. Miller. Mr. Speaker, to defeat ISIS, it's going to take strong leadership, and it's also going to take a strong strategy. I think it's clear that the President's approach isn't working, Mr. Speaker, and in fact, our intelligence officials tell us that ISIS not only is not being contained, but now we're seeing that they're coming to America, that they're attacking America, and that's been their stated goal. So it's incumbent upon us, Mr. Speaker, to do everything we can, and frankly, the American people deserve to know that our government is doing everything in our power to protect them from the threat of terrorists that are very real threats. So in the House, Mr. Speaker, we've been taking decisive action. We've already passed a bill to address the problems of the lack of vetting in the refugee program, a program that ISIS themselves has said they plan to exploit to bring terrorists into America. The FBI directors even confirmed those concerns that we've expressed, and we've passed legislation to address that. And today, Mr. Speaker, we're bringing forth strong bipartisan legislation to reform the troubled visa waiver program. We've seen that thousands of people with Western passports, including these visa waiver program nations, have been going to some of the troubled regions like Syria, like Iraq, like other countries. There ought to be a higher level of scrutiny. This bill requires the Department of Homeland Security with those nations to have a higher level of scrutiny to ultimately lead to a more secure United States of America. I encourage all of our colleagues to pass this legislation. Let's continue to do what we need to do in the House of Representatives to protect the American people from the real threat that ISIS proposes. Yield back the balance.